Here are your basic ingredients: can of butter, baking soda, flour, peanut butter, brown sugar, granulated sugar, salt, and eggs. $50 grams of granulated sugar, 50 grams of brown sugar, I'm sorry, another 50 grams, 25 grams of egg, 75 grams of peanut butter, looks kind of funny, 1 gram of salt, 1 gram of baking soda, and 100 grams of pastry flour preferred, or I used all-purpose flour. Works just as well. Alright, now that we have all of our ingredients measured out, we're ready to go ahead and bake. I am using a double boiler to go ahead and melt this butter. It's a nice way to prevent the butter from burning. And you might be saying, well, why don't you just go ahead and use a microwave? It's a lot easier and faster. And I would say you're right, but I do not have a microwave. So, gotta make with the do. So right now I'm just gonna go ahead and melt this butter. Alright, butter is melted. The first thing I'm going to actually add is going to be both sugars. Fortunately, I already have them measured out, so I can just toss it all in there. Now, what I'm going to try to do is go ahead and get this into a nice creamy little mixture. And also, just a side note, this is a heavily reduced recipe. I'm only using 1/5 of the ingredients, or the amount that it asked me to use, just because I don't think I really feel like having that many peanut butter cookies on hand. Alright, next I'm going to go ahead and add the peanut butter. Alright, it's in, so now we're going to go ahead and try to mix that in as well. Go ahead and add the egg. You might be wondering why I decided to measure everything out in grams. It's because it's so much more accurate, and you always want to yield as much as you can. And by that I mean nothing goes to waste. Measure it out, and you use every single little bit of it. is coming together fairly nicely. I'm going to go ahead and add half or close to half of the flour. Looks as though my brownies are done. Let's take a look. Just so you know, I'm doing this with one hand, so it might seem like white. I'm trying to figure out why it's taking me so long to do everything. Yes. Nice. Those do look mighty fine. Excellent. Back to business. That back over there. Alright. Now, what I'm also actually going to do, I'm going to go ahead and mix in the salt and the baking soda together in with this. So that way it's nicely mixed in. Go ahead and put this to 375. You want to make sure you get all the flour. Mix it all in. Let's just go ahead and do the rest of it now. And even if it looks like there's too much flour, it'll mix in very well, trust me. And to be honest with you, this is the first time I've actually used this recipe to the T like this. So I'm interested to see how the cookies are going to turn out themselves. Whoops. Beautiful. And now we're back in business. It's going to have a nice little consistency. They should be actually very nice and soft and chewy. Alright. This is going to get little small 1-inch balls. pressing down on them. Alright. And it says they're supposed to be in there for about 8 to 10 minutes. My oven kind of sucks, so I'm going to set it for 10. Alright, looks like they're done. Also, I had my oven preheated at 375. See that? Alright, I recommend letting these sit for at least 5 more minutes before we transfer them. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and transfer them onto an actual cooling rack, or at least that's what I'm going to be using it for. And from here, we're going to go ahead and let them chill out for another, we'll say, 5 to 7 more minutes, and then I'll be back. Alright, well, here comes the worst part. Taste test. Well, pretty fucking good.